Hi, welcome back to Surgically Speaking. I'm Dr. Nityaraj. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to do an incision drainage for a infected sebaceous cyst. It's a very simple procedure, and I'm sure many of you would have done this any number of times in your practice, but I just want to demonstrate to you my technique and how to do it in a low resource setting. Because as I always say, true skill shines when the resources are limited. So let us get into the video without much delay. Okay, so this is a sebaceous cyst in the back region. This patient had it for almost 12 years, that is what she says. But she didn't bother about it because it was not causing any pain. But over the past 3 days, what has happened is it has become painful, and the swelling also has increased in size. So when I do this, see there is fluctuation, and you may see a punctum also there. So now it is an infected sebaceous cyst. So the treatment for an infected sebaceous cyst is incision and drainage, not an excision, because the excision will not be possible when there is infection in a sebaceous cyst. So now I'll demonstrate how I do an incision and drainage for this infected sebaceous cyst. Now I am cleaning it with a little sterilium, and look at this. I always use this. You focus on this. This is a insulin syringe. I use this insulin syringe. I like this because the needle is very small, and it is patient tolerate this injection very nicely. And normally people will infiltrate all around. So much of silicone will be infiltrated all around. That is too much, and not that much need not be injected. Now just see my technique. I just infiltrate little bit of silicone intradermally. Much in a oozy? Okay, that's all. And I raise a wheel. You can see a wheel being raised, right? So that is the local anesthesia which I am depositing in the dermis level. Chinna Usima? Yeah. You can see my patient is tolerating the injection very well. This is going to be injected only in the proposed line of incision, because my aim is only to do an incision and drainage. I am not going to unnecessarily push a lot of local anesthesia there. So you can see as I infiltrate intradermally, a wheel is being raised, and this punctum is becoming more prominent. Now I have injected, look at the quantity I have used, only about less than half a cc only I have injected. And now immediately there is a tumescent effect, and 11 bleed. Okay. Now we are ready. Now give me a gauze. Now I am going to make this cut here. You can see even as I press, the fluid is coming outside. This is the infected material that was inside the sebaceous cyst. You can see that my patient is very, very comfortable. Okay. So that much only need to be done. Needn't be very aggressive here. Just the decompression will give the patient immense relief. You can see this is the content. Saw that? Yes. So that is the content. So this is the content. That was the content. And now one more gauze. I don't know if you will be able to see inside. You can see this black thing. That is the capsule. That is the infected capsule. We will not be able to remove that. So trying to remove that is not going to be useful. So we just leave that there, do some dressing, and ask the patient to come back for a definitive excision after a while, right? After this wound has healed. So I'm not going to meddle much now. I'll just put a dressing there, one more gauze. And I'm going to give me some betadine. Little betadine, yes. Yes, little bit of betadine there. That is going to be it will serve as a weak drain. And I'm going to dress it up. This patient will be coming to me regularly for dressings. And after this wound is healed and all the infection has settled down, maybe after a couple of months, I will do a definitive excision of the sebaceous cyst along with the capsule. So that's how I do. That's how I give local anesthesia and do a incision drainage for an infected sebaceous cyst. Thank you.